from the station that's on your side. This is News 12, first at 5.
A week after Fort Jackson had a trainee with an unloaded rifle who hijacked a school bus full of children, lawyers for the families are calling for more accountability. And fuel, it is flowing again through the Colonial Pipeline, but it could take several days for supplies to return to normal. For now, people are still waiting in lines to get gas in parts of the Southeast. But first, the CDC major announcement today. They are saying fully vaccinated people can go without masks and social distancing in a lot of indoor situations. They still tell us to wear masks in crowded indoor spaces, but they say they hope the move will help to get us back to reopening workplaces, schools, and even other venues. Deborah Alfarone shows us what this new announcement means for day-to-day life, just in time for young people to start getting the vaccine.
15-year-old Truman Drager received his first dose of the Pfizer vaccine at this Fairfax, Virginia site.
It's just like a normal shot, like a flu shot. I really wanted to be vaccinated just to protect others around me and myself.
15-year-old Julia Chen also got hers.
I feel like I really wanted to get out, and so I'm excited because, especially since it's summer, I can enjoy it with my friends.
This is the first day young people aged 12 and older can come to this site and get a vaccine shot. We spoke to several teens today who say they want more young people to get the shot.
It's very important for everyone to get vaccinated for the safety of the nation.
The faster we're all vaccinated, the faster things can go back to normal.
That's the message top White House health officials are also pushing. Thursday, the CDC loosened its guidance, saying fully vaccinated people no longer need to wear a mask or socially distance, both outdoors and indoors.
If you are fully vaccinated, you can start doing the things that you had stopped doing because of the pandemic.
CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky said fully vaccinated Americans must still wear masks when traveling and according to state, local, and business requirements. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News, Fairfax, Virginia.
The Biden administration is working with states to get pediatricians and family physicians enrolled to receive vaccine doses. Officials say more than 14,000 pharmacies are ready to give out shots. All right, taking a look outside, we want to check in with our first alert chief meteorologist, Riley Hale. And Riley, those are some beautiful blue skies behind you.
It is a gorgeous day, Mary, with bluebird skies and very comfortable temperatures, still below average for us. And even some spots this morning, we're waking up in the upper 30s. McCormick, you got down to 38 degrees earlier today. We're currently up to 70 over in Aiken County. The wind chill not a factor today. Northeast wind still going between 10 to 15, but it's been a little less breezy than what we saw yesterday. Now, this morning, it was cold out there, folks. McCormick got all the way down to 38 degrees. Saluda, you were at 40. Here around North Augusta, Evans, Bushfield, we were anywhere from around 44 to 46 degrees, and expecting temperatures to be just as cold again heading into tomorrow morning. Most of us are still in the upper 60s to low 70s. 74 is one of those warmer spots found in Louisville, Bushfield, even at the Aiken Airport as well, coming in at 74 degrees. These northeast winds have not been quite as breezy today, generally between 5 to 10 for most of us. A little bit gustier in a few locations, but expecting those winds to be fairly calm tonight. And a great evening to fire up the grill. Our temperatures will be in the 70s and 60s through sunset tonight. We'll have a look at another cold night in that weekend forecast in just about 10 minutes.
All right, thanks for that, Riley. Fuel flowing again through the Colonial Pipeline, but it could take several days for supplies to get back to normal. And while we might be out of the woods, of course, when it comes to the Colonial Pipeline, reports show cyber attacks are on the rise. You might wonder what this graphic is, all those colors on your screen. Well, this is a real-time map of all the cyber attacks that are happening right now. And according to Kaspersky, the U.S. is the 5th most attacked country in the world. Cyber attacks, they, of course, can happen to anyone, and Georgia officials are working to make sure that the state stays safe. Our Nick Proto is live with what this means here at home.
During a briefing yesterday, Governor Kemp said he is working with the Georgia Cyber Center to make sure the state is not under any severe threat for those cyber attacks. And while he didn't say we were under threat, like you said, cyber attacks across the country are on the rise. According to the FBI, Georgia has seen an uptick in ransomware attacks. They also say Georgia is leading the nation when it comes to business email compromise attacks, where hackers use fake emails to scam organizations. I spoke with Major General Neil Hersey with the Georgia Georgia Cyber Center of Excellence today. He says with more businesses moving in and the growth in the area, it's more important than ever to make sure we're protected from cyber attacks. And it's not just the experts who need to be aware.
At the end of the day, the greatest vulnerability in all of our systems is still the human being. It really starts with education, learning what basic good cyber hygiene looks like.
And coming up on News 12 at 6 o'clock, we'll talk what good cyber hygiene is and ways we can all stay safe from cyber attacks. Meredith?
That's interesting. I've never heard hygiene used before with cyber, Nick. It'll be interesting to see what he says. Thanks for that update. Meanwhile, President Joe Biden trying to calm drivers who are panic buying gas. He's also pointing the finger at who's responsible for the ransomware attack. Elisa Preston reports on when the situation could return to normal.
President Biden says Colonial Pipeline is once again operating at full capacity after a cyber attack, but that it will be at least a couple days before gas stations are back up to speed in the southeast.
This is not like flicking on a light switch. This pipeline is 5,500 miles long. It had never been fully shut down.
The president says Russian criminals are behind the attack that led to the shutdown. He says any price gouging will be punished and urged drivers not to panic.
I know seeing lines at the pumps or gas stations with no gas can be extremely stressful, but this is a temporary situation. Do not get more gas than you need in the next few days.
This situation has pushed up gas prices across the country. It comes just before Memorial Day weekend, when many drivers will be hitting the road and demand will spike. AAA says don't expect prices to drop until next month.
That's not what driver Anthony Ross wants to hear. The national average price for a gallon of gas is topping $3, the highest since October 2014.
When is it going to stop? When is it going to balance off and start going back the other way?
President Biden declined to comment when asked if Colonial paid a ransom and didn't rule out a retaliatory attack. Elise Preston, CBS News, New York.
President Biden says the U.S. is working with Moscow to track down those responsible for this ransomware attack. Attorneys and the families for students on the bus that was hijacked in Richland County last week calling for answers today from Fort Jackson and the school district. Deputies say 23-year-old Jovan Cazalo, a soldier in training, pointed his unloaded rifle at the driver, demanding he shut the door and drive. Deputies say Cazalo dropped the driver and kids off before abandoning the bus, and then he was later arrested. Josh Flores' two daughters happened to be on that bus. He says he doesn't understand how Cazalo left Fort Jackson with a gun.
After 17 children, you have to ask yourself, what was going on with Fort Jackson? How did this happen? And just so many more questions that I just have unresolved.
Fort Jackson officials say Cazalo hopped over an unmonitored portion of the fence the day of this incident, and taking the gun with him prevented them from noticing he was missing for a longer period of time. Flores says his kids are doing better, but they have not been able to return to in-person school just yet. We are following a shooting for you in Richmond County that left at least one woman hurt just before 3 o'clock today. Deputies responded to the 3000 block of Deansbridge Road. They found a woman shot in the arm, also a possible second woman hit in the leg. Officials say they were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Deputies say they have taken a suspect into custody. We are following up on the situation. Of course, we'll keep you updated as soon as we learn more. A judge delaying the trial of 3 former Minneapolis police officers charged in George Floyd's death. Jay Kang, Thomas Lane, and Totau are also charged with aiding and abetting second-degree murder charges and second-degree manslaughter charges. The 3 were set to go to trial in August. Today, a judge pushed their trial to March 2022, saying there needs to be more space between that trial and the June sentencing for Derek Chauvin. In Aiken County, you can now take the Ronnie Young Government Center. The Veterans Council partnering with the County Council to install that box. Students at Harlem High School recognized today for their performance in a high-tech Jeopardy-style competition called Capture the Flag. Leaders from the Cyber Center of Excellence and Fort Gordon presenting the awards this morning. They also stopped by Greenbrier Middle School to recognize the students there as well. Congratulations to all of them. If you are looking for something to do outdoors, how about trying glamorous camping? Yeah, those two don't go together usually until you see something like this. The Georgia Glamping Company is inviting everyone to their location at Clarks Hill Lake. There are a total of 4 glamping sites. They are all designed differently inside. However, you will find beds, air conditioning, and a fridge inside of all of them. Since opening in April, bookings are continuing to fill up fast, bringing in people from all over.
I think it brought this park back to life. It's brought people in from other areas of the country. So we're not just here accommodating local people. It's actually generated a lot more tourism.
Plus, it's just neat, especially for those of us who like the idea of camping, but not actual camping. Coming up on News 12 at 6 o'clock, we'll tell you how much a night there costs, as well as some other activities they offer. Some traffic changes to watch out for in Columbia County starting tomorrow. It is because the Thunder Over Evans event. Antebellum Way will be closed to all traffic from 8 tomorrow morning to midnight Saturday. Evans Town Center Boulevard from Ronald Reagan Drive to Antebellum Way will be closed to all through traffic from 5 p.m. to midnight on Saturday. It's going to be a lot of fun, and Riley, hopefully the weather's going to cooperate for this.
The weather looks great for Thunder Over Evans on Saturday, and we're looking nice the next few days. Just going to have to deal with some more cool mornings. We'll take a look at how cool we're expected to get coming up.
And a South Carolina officer killed in the line of duty. His name now inscribed in D.C. Taking a look at his life and his legacy when we come back. In Augusta. During National Police Week, the nation remembers nearly 400 fallen heroes who died in service to their communities. South Carolina officer Jackson Ryan Winkler was murdered last year. He is the first known public safety officer for the Florence Regional Airport to be killed on the job. Elena Austin reports on how friends and colleagues are reflecting on his life of service.
Jackson had a servant heart in every sense of the word.
Friends say Florence Regional Airport officer Jackson Winkler was selfless, kind-hearted, and earned the respect of many.
He found the good in everybody. He looked at every situation half full.
Close childhood friend, Atlanta Police Department Lieutenant Zane Bryant says that's why it's heartbreaking Winkler was shot and killed during a routine traffic stop. His death has been felt far and wide in the community, especially for his parents, who lost their other son years ago in a car accident.
We promised his mom and dad that as long as we were able, Jackson wouldn't be forgotten.
Florence Regional Airport Chief Robert Norton says Winkler, who was also a volunteer firefighter, inspired many. Since his death, they've started a foundation in his honor.
He's always been one to give back, so we're not looking at it as an ending, we're looking at it as a beginning.
On the 1-year anniversary of the shooting, Winkler's friends walked 6 miles in their full gear in honor of his call sign. They plan to use funds raised for scholarships and Christmas gifts for children.
He was a great young man trying to do what he loved to do. That's the biggest thing. He's always wanted to be a police officer. He finally got to fulfill his dream.
Winkler's name was recently etched in here at the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Wall. Virtual services are taking place this week, while the in-person ceremony in D.C. has been postponed until October. In Washington, I'm Alana Austin.
There will be a candlelight vigil held virtually tonight at 8 o'clock to honor Winkler and the other fallen heroes from around the country. Memorial services at the U.S. Capitol are scheduled to take place October 13th through the 17th. Taking a look outside on Wheeler Road, a chilly morning today, but hey, I will take this over what we had yesterday any day and twice on Sunday. First Alert Chief Meteorologist Riley Hale taking a look at our temperatures tonight. And Riley, it was cold this morning, but hey, it is better than it was.
It is absolutely beautiful out there this afternoon, and definitely a huge improvement from where we were this time yesterday. Remember, this time yesterday, most of us were sitting in the mid-50s. Now we're currently in the mid-70s here in Augusta. We're at 74 degrees right now. Our winds have not been quite as breezy, but they've been staying out of the northeast, generally between 5 to 10. Generally clear skies for us, though. We have a good bit of cloud cover to our south and to our north as well, with some fair weather cumulus clouds bubbling up. Other than that, expecting mostly clear skies tonight, which is good news because we actually have an a brief opportunity to check out the International Space Station. This is going to make a very quick flyover tonight, right at 10:10 p.m. It's only going to last 2 minutes, so it's not going to last all too long. And the max height isn't necessarily all too high, so you will need a good view of the southwestern sky. But we should have good viewing conditions for it tonight with clear skies. Our temperatures right now anywhere from the upper 60s up in Washington, Edgefield, Sparta, Gibson, to the mid-70s for us here in Evans, Aiken, and Augusta. Just a very comfortable afternoon for us. Our low temperatures are expected to be down into the mid-40s again by Friday morning. That's about 10 degrees below average for this time of year, so another chilly start again tomorrow. But tomorrow afternoon does look at least a little bit warmer than today. We should be able to hit at least the upper 70s tomorrow afternoon. We'll wake up in the mid-40s, stay in the 50s through around 9 a.m., and then by lunchtime, low 70s, past lunchtime, mid to upper 70s. So a very comfortable day again on Friday. Those winds are not expected to be all too breezy, generally between 5 to 10, so very comfortable out there. And a gorgeous forecast for Screen on the Green. This is happening tomorrow evening in Grovetown at Gateway Park. They're going to be showing Crudes 2 on the big screen there, and it should be great weather for it. By the time the movie starts, we're expecting low 70s, and then towards the end of it, close to 60 degrees. A Great Lake forecast as well this weekend. We're expecting highs up at the lake to stay in the 70s again on Saturday, close to 80 by Sunday, dry through the weekend, and you may notice that those water temperatures did drop down a little bit. With these cool nights, those water temps have dropped back down to the upper 60s. We were into the low 70s just a few days ago. But a beautiful weekend outlook for us. We're expecting mostly sunny skies Saturday, just a few more clouds showing up by Sunday. No rain in the forecast till we get to next week. Tuesday, Wednesday, looking likely for a few showers.
All right, thanks for that, Riley. The McDuffie County Sheriff's Office making moves to protect their canines from getting hurt in hot cars. The Georgia Police Canine Foundation donating heat alarm systems that will send out an alert if the car gets too hot. You're looking at Con from McDuffie County. He's a good-looking fellow, isn't he? He is the latest to get this alarm system. The Sheriff's Office says the donation will help Canine Con serve and protect the citizens of McDuffie County as he locates missing kids or elderly people. The South Carolina legislative session coming to a close, but what does all their work mean for you? We'll take a look at where the bills stand and what's making it into law next.
Adam Mincer on your side.
Thanks for that, Adam. All three of those bills are currently sitting on the Senate floor.
Well, we are expecting beautiful dry weather over the next couple of days. If you need to wash the car, our temperatures this weekend do look a little bit warmer for us. We'll have to look at that 7-day forecast just after the break.
Industries.com. Do it today.
All right, let's take a look at your community calendar. Columbia County is hosting Screen on the Green tomorrow at 7 o'clock. It's going to be happening at Gateway Park in Grovetown. They're going to be showing the Crudes 2. Should be fantastic out there. Just make sure to bring your own blanket or chair. The weather looks beautiful out there tomorrow night with temps mainly in the 60s and 50s through that event. We're looking at mostly clear skies out of Grovetown, 74 degrees on the thermometer. A gorgeous afternoon for us, and expecting the weather to only get better as we head into our Friday. For tonight, it's going to be chilly again. We're expecting lows down into the mid-40s, waking up early Friday. But by tomorrow afternoon, we're expecting highs to be just a little bit warmer than today. Should be able to hit the mid to upper 70s tomorrow afternoon with more mostly sunny skies. And as we head through the weekend, we're expecting to stay dry. Those temps just looking a little bit warmer, hitting the 80s Saturday, Sunday, and then some rain shows up later next week.
All right, thanks for that, Riley. Richard Rogers just walking in the studio, having a seat at the set. He'll join us in a few minutes. Don't go anywhere.